and welcome to the Direct Selling Success Podcast. I'm Anna Green, and I'm here to share with you tips, tricks, and training on network marketing done right. Thank you for listening.
Good morning. Hello, everyone. Welcome to me talking at you. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about your next big thing. I know some of you have big goals, some really exciting things that you want to achieve. And I was just talking in my leader lounge this morning in the membership for leaders that I have. And I was talking about the fact that sometimes we have these big goals, but we don't really believe we can get them. They're just too big. Sometimes we doubt ourselves, and sometimes we don't know how we're going to do it. And all those things are okay. But I just thought, well, I'll come on here now and I will give some basics around how to achieve your next big thing and what you need to be considering. Okay, so first of all, when you've got this next big thing that you're wanting to achieve, you need to know exactly what it is and you need to nail that down. What exactly does this big thing that you're wanting to achieve look like? What's the goal? What do you have to do? What will it involve? What sort of things do you need to take into consideration when you're wanting to go for this big goal? And I want you to sit down and write it down, brainstorm exactly what this goal, or even if you're not a writing person, sit down and think about it. What is this goal? My next goal is huge, huge. So I've sat down and I've written exactly what it is that I need to sell to get to that next big thing, where I need to be showing up, how I need to be showing up, all these things. And I think it's really important to nail down exactly what it is. Because sometimes we can go, oh, I really want to be a leader. Okay, great. I really want to get to the top of my company. I want to be recognized on stage. Whatever the thing is, what does it mean? Get into leader. What is that? Is that 6 people in your team with them doing a certain amount of sales and you doing a certain amount of sales and team sales and what the qualifications you need to get? What is the amount of sales that you need to be able to hit an income goal? If that's your next big thing, a next big income goal, a next big, I don't know, it could be buying a car or booking a holiday. What is the thing? All right. What does it entail? If your holiday is £10,000, what do you need to sell to make £10,000? What do you need to sell extra to make £10,000? Really nail down what it is. Okay, so that's your first thing to do. And if you've not done that yet, I would really suggest that you do. It might overwhelm you a little bit if your goal is big, but that's okay. It's okay, because that's not the first step towards getting to that next big thing, but you just need to be really aware of what that thing is. And then I want you to think, why? Why do you want this thing? Is it because you think you should, because you've been told by your company that that's the next thing to go for? If it is that reason, I would seriously consider what's in it for you to do that. Why are you doing it for you, not for somebody else? Because it won't be maintainable once you achieve it if it's for someone else. What are the reasons you want it? Is it the status? Be honest. If it's the status, then that's great. If you want leadership because that's what you want, then great. If you want to get up on that stage to be able to prove to yourself that you can do something amazing, then great. But admit it and work towards it. Find those reasons. Is it for the financial independence? Why? Why do you need that financial independence? And what does that look like exactly? Get really specific on that if it's a monetary thing. That why is what's going to drive you to do the difficult things. So it's got to push you, it's got to pull you to get off your bottom and actually do the stuff. I know many of us, including me, suffer from procrastination and overwhelm and the rest of it. And it's totally normal. It's there for a reason. It's like a sign that something is happening in your brain that you're worried about or scared about or don't know something about, and that's okay. But what happens is when you have a really big goal, rather than procrastinating and going, oh, I don't really want to go live this morning, I'll just not do it. Or I don't really want to follow up with those people or outreach to those people, so do you know what? I'll just not do it. The goal will make you go, I really don't want to go live this morning, but if I don't, I'm not going to hit that goal. It'll set me back. So I'm going to do it anyway. Or, oh, I don't really know about this follow up this morning. So I tell you what, I'll do 4 and I'll see how I get on. Or I'll go and get some help from somebody to keep me accountable to get the follow up done. All those people I need to outreach, I'm going to do it and I'm going to reward myself afterwards. Because what happens when you have a goal, it overrides the procrastination element of it. If it's strong enough, it will override it. And if it's not strong enough, or the overwhelm is just too much, or the procrastination is just too much, or the scaredness is too much, you can look at that and you can deal with that problem because you'll want to deal with that problem because the goal's big enough. That's my thought anyway. Then I want you to look at when. When do you want this by? And I be realistic here, those of you of a certain age will know Only Fools and Horses. This time next year, Rodney, I'll be a millionaire. Yeah, okay then. You crack on then. Most of the time, that's not realistic. Sometimes it might be, and that's great. But if it's not realistic with the tools that you have now, the things that you're prepared to do, the time you've got, the capabilities, really, we need to set some realistic when buys. So, I don't know, have you got a big conference coming up? Do you want leadership by that conference? Do you want to promote out a leader by that conference? If it's in 2 weeks' time, is that realistic? If it's in 4 months' time, maybe it is. And then what are you prepared to do to get there? What are you prepared to do work-wise, investment-wise, in time and in maybe resources or learning things? Really think about this because it's really important to think about these things. If you're not thinking about these things, you'll still be sat here this time next year listening to me do a live or a podcast similar to this, where I'm going, this is how you set goals. This is what you need to do. This is how you achieve big things. And you won't have done it. And you'll be kicking yourself. So, think about these things. And then we need a bit of the how, because in all honesty, and tell me if I'm wrong, you've got this big goal, you're not entirely sure how you're going to get there. Or you've got the vague idea, I need to have a new leader promote out, or I need to have 10 more recruits, or I need to be selling double what I'm selling now. Do you actually know how you're going to do that? Because the knowing is the next step. You don't need to know the ins and outs of everything, but you need to know what actions you need to take to make the things happen. And then you can learn some of the other stuff of the how along the way. So break it down. If you've got this big target of £10,000 in income for a holiday or something like that, how many sales do you need to make? If this is you on your own, I don't know, 25% commission, that's £40,000 in sales. Okay, so how are you going to do £40,000 in sales by the time you've got? Where are you going to go? How are you going to outreach? What follow-up do you need to do? How many new people do you need to meet? And when are you going to do this? If it's getting a leader in the next 3 months, do you need to recruit 2 people? Do you need to then make sure you're recruiting 2 people consistently each and every month? Do you then need to think about upping your sales? The how is how you do those things. It's not the things. It's not the recruiting 2 people. The how is, right, I need to recruit 2 people, but what actions am I going to take to make that happen? What do I need to actually do to find people to talk to who might then turn into my next 2 recruits? What am I going to put out on my socials? What am I going to book myself into, fairs and events wise, or job fairs, or am I going to put on an opportunity evening? What are you going to do to get the things. So the how is breaking it down into tiny, teeny, weeny little actions. Those tiny actions that don't overwhelm you quite as much as going, I need 2 recruits by the end of the month. Oh, I don't know how I've spoken to everybody. I don't know anybody else. What am I going to do? The actions will be, okay, so I'm going to show up on my social media talking about recruiting in some way, shape, or form, whether that is me telling my story, whether that is me putting an advert out, whatever. I'm then going to think, right, okay, so I need to meet more people. So I'm going to book into a fair or an event, or I'm going to book 3 online showcases, or so, whatever it might be, they're the actions. Okay. And if those actions are still too big to overwhelm you, you break them down even more, atomize them to the smallest thing. Okay, so I need to follow up with people, but I don't know what to say. And that's what's holding you back. So actually, right, I am going to learn what to say in a follow-up. I'm going to learn from someone, me, hopefully, or your upline, how to craft a message to somebody to follow up with them about something. I am going to create myself a follow-up spreadsheet. I don't know, whatever the thing is that's the smallest thing, right? And then the trick, because there is a trick to reaching the next big thing. Keep going. If things work, great, repeat them. If things don't work, look at why they've not worked. Try something else or repeat it again and see if it still doesn't work. Keep going. Keep doing the things. Keep taking the action. Because if you have a big goal, you have to keep going towards that big goal to achieve it. It's not a case of doing it for a few days because you're all fired up and excited and yes, I'm going to do this thing, and then do nothing for 6 weeks and then go back on it again and then yes, I'm doing this thing. That's not going to work. Consistent action. Think tortoise and the hare. And I was talking about this somewhere last week and I can't remember where, but you want to be the tortoise. You want to be that tortoise who is plodding along, doing the things consistently all the way through the race. You don't want to be the hare that's doing loads and then nothing, and they're doing loads and then nothing, because you will not win. All right? Get the support, the tools, the training, whatever it is that you need to do this, whether that's an accountability buddy, a little group of people who are working towards the same thing, your upline, a program, like I know a lot of companies do leadership programs and things like that. Can you get yourself on something like that? Can you come into my membership or book on my mastermind, or anything like that that's going to help you do what you need to do, and look at what it is exactly that you need and get that exact support for right now for the thing that you need to do. All right. And then it's staying focused. Lots of people use vision boards. I write out my goals and what I want to achieve every single day in a notebook, in a diary. It could be that you have some sort of music that you wake up to every morning that gets you motivated and ready for the day, something on your fridge or your screensaver, anything that's going to remind you of what you're going for and why you're doing this, because that will help you to keep focused. And when you're having a crappy day, because there will be crappy days where it's not all going to plan, how can you boost yourself back up again? Is it going to be accepting that there's naff days every now and again? Is it going to be that you have a wallow and just accept that you're having a crappy day and back onto it the next day? What is it for you? Have a think about it. And if you do want more support in getting your next big thing, you know where I am. Give me a shout. Email me at Anna@directselling-success.com and I can come and help you with whatever it is. I have so many masterclasses, trainings, support programs, one-to-one stuff. There will be something that will help you for the budget that you've got. And yeah, just, keep going. That's the trick. Keep going. Keep remembering why you want this big thing and go and get it. All right. I hope that's been helpful today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I shall see you all soon. Have a good one. Bye.